Okay. Sorry, we skipped everything because Griff needed to go. I apologize, everybody. It's a bit erratic.
Anything else? Any other thing?
Well, I'm gonna do this from the top instead of just kind of scattering over what I need your attention on. But just keep those in mind, and we'll be doing this weekly, so you're not gonna miss a big chunk of it.
I'll keep it booked for the next one. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Well, let's try that. Let's start this over. Let's reset the space. I'm just taking some notes here. Welcome everybody to the first ETH Barcelona planning call. I guess I'm going to facilitate this, and we'll start with some intentions and distractions. Tell me what your intentions for this call are, and if you have any distractions at the moment. I'm here to facilitate. My distractions is, I don't know, it's hot. I'll pass it on to Carlos.
I heard Carlos mention on the other call, so I don't know if there's another Carlos.
What do we call you? We're supposed to call you Web3 Beach? I don't know.
Please don't. People know me as Web3 Beach when I go to conferences, and I hate that.
We already had a Carlos before you, so you got to pick a different name. You know, we have like 10 Mohammeds, but they all they organize themselves. You know.
I can just go with. Sorry, someone had a suggestion. I can go with
No.
Carlitos, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll roll with that. Carlitos.
Oh, no, okay. Veto at any time. But anyway, tell me, Carlos or Carlitos, what your intentions and distractions are.
Intentions, just get a little more familiarized with the ins and outs of Giveth and what's happening, how I can help, and hopefully take stuff off your plates a little bit wherever I can. And distractions, it's always my little daughter.
Great. You want to pass it on?
Yeah, I'll go with she just dropped. Nicola.
Thanks, Carlito. Hi guys. I am here. My intentions are I'm gonna be present physically, so I want to make sure I help with coordination and organization and make sure that we implement the feedback that we gave each other after the last event and set the good goals and divide responsibilities and set a good expectations. All that's my intention and no distractions. I'm fully present. And I'm going to pass it to Franco.
Thank you,
Nicola. Feeling good. Intentions for the college is to see what went well on December especially, and last ETH Barcelona, see what we can coordinate for the event, and see who's going to be there. I hope to be there too. I'll pass it to Monique.
Hold on. Oh, because Nicola said Franco, so we're going to go to Franco.
I thought I heard my name, but then I was
sorry about that. It's okay, no problem. Go ahead, Franco.
Thank you, Mitch and Santi. My intention for the call is start organizing the event, I guess, as soon as possible, especially accommodation. Since, like Griff mentioned, we're going to be using the Giveth house, and I'm already getting messages from people, like other people from the Giveth Galaxy that want to stay here, and I really need to know numbers as soon as possible. And yeah, I guess that's it. Distractions, I need to leave like in 40 minutes because I'm getting a wisdom tooth removed. And I'll pass it over to Ashley.
Thanks, Franco. My intentions for the call are just to kind of get in sync with everybody, see who our team is, where we're going, what's our intention as an organization, what kind of presence we're going to have, just kind of get aligned since this is the first call, and get some clarity around what our goals are. And I will pass it to Lauren.
Thanks, Ashley. Yeah, my intentions for the call. I saw that there's swag on the agenda. You know, I love coordinating swag. So if it's happening, but like mostly just kind of like trying to figure out the balance of like mitigating our budget so we're not like spending too much on Barcelona so that we can like really go big in Istanbul, and but also I really want like Barcelona to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to go to the Giveth house, and so just like basically everything Ashley said, figuring it all out. I'm a little distracted because my hands are covered in sticky mango, and I'm making a smoothie, and I can't see any.
It's all right. We could pass it to Corey.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, my intention for the call is to kind of get the full scope of like what we're thinking about for ETH Barcelona. I'm not 100% confirmed of going, but like definitely very strongly thinking about going. And curious to like outline like the goals and like what we're really looking at here. Not too distracted of a couple of things in the background, but like pretty present. I will pass it to Makizi.
Hi everyone. Okay, my intention for the call is to actually listen in and see what goes on in the community and also find a way I contribute to the organization. So that's it from me. I'll pass it on to Monique if he has not gone.
Thank you. I'm here just to listen. I may attend. I'm just want to apply for a visa. And if I get succeeded, I try my best to help you guys. And I'm not sure. I think everyone left.
No, we still got to hear from Heather.
Yeah, I'll go. My distraction is that I have another call in about 20 minutes, so I'll have to skip out early. And my intention for this call is just to understand the ideas and the structure that we are thinking about for ETH Barcelona. I'm still undecided if I'll come. But I think Almond has to go.
Thank you, Heather. My intention for this call is also maybe to start putting the strategy together so we can align everything that was kind of like not very clear on Ether. And I'm kind of like working at the back. That's my distraction. And I think that's it.
Yep. Heather, we're just getting a bit of feedback from your mic. If you just want to shut her down. Thanks. Okay, great. So I think that's everybody. I don't have a solid agenda, but I want to hear what people think just on some of these high-level topics. So I think the first thing I want to have is just maybe an open discussion on what our goals are for ETH Barcelona. If anyone has any strong opinions, just take it away. Like, what do we want to get out of this? Community engagement or fundraising, or doing lots of talks, creating impact locally. I don't know. So I'll take it away if anyone has anything to say.
I think last year at ETH we had it was kind of a really awesome space for Giveth with like our booth and getting people to donate at the booth to get swag. And so many people heard about Giveth at ETH Barcelona. It was almost like the most popular booth like that anybody ever talked about. So it was like, I feel like it was a really good opportunity for us to kind of like just get more people kind of onboarded into Giveth. And I think it's something like we could do again, like onboarding people to Giveth, like onboarding new donors in like a easy and streamlined way, I think should be a priority. I also think that like because of like the happy very green region vibes of ETH Barcelona, it's like also a good opportunity for us to kind of like represent like region ideas and like create connections with other organizations that are sort of like building different things and looking for collaborations. So like as for like most conferences, like I think it's good to like get some talks and some panels and stuff on there. I already applied for speaking stuff. I think also that we should like really try to be conscious to like conserve our budget. Last year, ETH Barcelona, we spent like really a lot of money and it was like very shocking after the fact. So being conservative on the budget, I think should be important. And then also I think like for whoever does come, just making it an opportunity to really bond as a team and like put in some like we're gonna have a dinner together or like some like actual like kind of scheduled team coordination things that I think we lacked in ETH Denver. Well, we ended up with one, but it's like we ended up with one instead of actually like making the conscious effort to create that connection. But I do think that that's a really big opportunity, and like one of the struggles with working in the online space is that we don't get that like one-on-one in-person time where we're like, these are my problems and these are my problems, and then we like figure out good solutions. So team building time as well. Those are my thoughts.
That's great. So I think for me, I think one of my big goals is to do the impact quests again and use that to connect it with what you're saying, Lauren, of like onboarding people as donors into Giveth. I think we'll have an easier time because generally, since ETH Barcelona is so much smaller, we should be able to get internet, even at least mobile internet. You know, no guarantee about the Wi-Fi, but there's only going to be a few thousand people at this conference instead of, 13 to 16,000. So for me, a big thing is going to be pulling off impact quests and learning from ETH Denver.
I think that the conference is related to the public good and doing good, very fine. So I was thinking that, we can maybe we can onboard new projects, huge nonprofits or, working mostly on the project side rather than the donor side. But I'm not sure how we can have this approach and what I think is the place.
Yeah, I think it's important to onboard some projects as well this time, because especially for ETH Denver, it was like we were able to pull some projects from Change and projects that we already had in Denver, but I think we don't naturally have as many projects already in Barcelona. So doing some work beforehand to reach out to projects and get them on the platform so that we have a nice list of local projects for people to donate to. I know Franco said that he was maybe doing some outreach and stuff, but maybe having like a crew of Spanish speakers that can do some outreach to projects beforehand and get them on the platform.
Yeah, I'm super interested in the impact quests, and I'm already talking to people. And then Carlos just mentioned like doing something with like a beach cleanup thing, and I know someone who works like in the government, like the beach cleanup things, So it's I think it's a perfect opportunity. I have a lot of friends that work like in the social impact, social environment here in Barcelona. So yeah, that's my goal.
IRL of things like that are outside the conference generally tend to flop because people are busy attending the conference. So if you try to tell people to leave the conference to go to Barceloneta and clean up the beach, generally what I've seen, it doesn't work.
Last time we had the DIY. What was the shapeshift party?
There's the shapeshift, the tie-dye thing.
It was nice, and it happened on the beach, and people came. So if we can make it fun and cleaning, maybe we can combine it. I definitely would love to offer again my my scissors skills and customize your swag.
Okay. Well, let's put it in there. But generally, what I've seen from stuff we've tried to do at ETH Denver and even at Bogota, it's a struggle.
I do think the customization made our booth really unique, though, and it's not like if people don't come, then we don't. Nicola's not doing it. But if people come, I think it's like a really cool add-on. That's like add some uniqueness. But I also, and the beach cleanup, by the way, I would definitely maybe look at doing that after the event, maybe on the weekend or something that's not like during the conference days. That can also be a possibility because people hang around before and after. That's probably a little more realistic because people are really like in go mode. And I would be really curious to actually analyze a little bit better what exactly we did at Barcelona last year that created, that got us all this got us all these new donors onboarded, and compare that to Denver, like I haven't yet seen any data from like the impact quests and what that resulted in specifically to meet our goals for Giveth. So I'm a little bit more neutral on the impact quest personally, and would love to understand like what has worked best in previous conferences and then make a decision from there on
I really think the main difference was we had internet in Barcelona, and in Denver we didn't have internet.
Yeah. Also, we made it just like a very easy, like one-to-one, like, hey, do you like this swag? Let me send you some XDAI and we'll show you how to donate it, and we'll tell you about givebacks and like where you would claim it. So we sent XDAI out to everybody who came by, like one XDAI, taught them to donate to a project on their phone and explained to them about givebacks. And this was like the thing they had to do to get the swag, which was, I think, like pretty straightforward. Our impact quests were cool, but kind of involved. And there were a lot of things you had to do that were like really time consuming, and like just people don't have the attention span at conferences. I had like a couple of other ideas. One thing I think that we should consider our products and like what we want to be promoting at the time. Like, you know, by July, like maybe we would have QF like getting pretty close to be launching. And I think that QF is it's like you see it with Gitcoin as like a huge opportunity for projects to be promoting themselves and promoting Gitcoin. It's like if we can get like projects like onboarding into like Giveth QF and then also kind of like promoting that and even use it as an opportunity to start raising funds for the matching pool, I think that could be like a really powerful goal. And also just as an idea for this swag stuff, swag is so wasteful. And, you know, Nicola does the cool thing with like cutting shirts. What if instead of buying a bunch of new swag, we made like patches and then said like to bring your old swag from other conferences that like maybe you don't want anymore or something. And then we make it cooler and we like iron on a Giveth patch or something like that. It's like we cut it up, we make it kind of sexy, put Giveth in there somewhere, and make like, you know, this like old wasteful swag into something new and fun.
I love it.
I remember I had a conversation even with Santi about how we can utilize the PFP NFT that we currently have. He had some ideas around it that we can, for example, prepare an application for some restaurants or the bars near the conferences, and they can, for example, scan the NFT bar, and they have some, for example, free stuff. Do you want to elaborate it more, Santi?
Can you describe a little better what's your idea?
About the PFP NFT that we currently have. Using it by the bars, you know, scan it. Do you remember the talks that we had? Okay, never mind.
We can have a one-on-one and go over it. I don't really remember what you're talking about now.
Hey, so I just want to chime in here. So I like the idea of creating utility during this experience for the givers, but I think it's going to be a challenge to have it done in person. It might have to be something like you can claim a ticket before the conference that gives you access to, I don't know, whether it's a meetup, you know, like a side event, and then a piece of swag. Because people might not want to carry their wallet that has this NFT, but could be something that, you know, promotes like upselling leading into the event.
Okay.
Yeah, currently we sold that PFPs, but we're thinking that how we can make it a little bit into the real world. What's the usage of this PFP?
We only sold about 15% of the supply, so there's a lot of room to sell more.
Okay.
I think it's an interesting idea. maybe doing some sort of ticketing or something. I wonder if it loops into this party that we're being asked to co-host, if there's any angles there. So these are, sorry, I'll leave it there. People have more things to say.
There's if we want, we can use unlock protocol and issue a specific NFT that opens up.
How much dev work is that?
What was that?
How much dev work is using this unlock?
No, it's everything's done by them. I can manage it. There's no dev work at all. And what we would do, the cool thing is that they have integrated ETH Pass, so you can download a QF code to your wallet, to your Google wallet or iOS wallet, and you don't even have to carry your real wallet. That's a proof that you have the NFT and you own the NFT. And we could offer whatever we want through that system if we intend to do so.
Okay, this is all like kind of like getting a bit off topic. So I don't think it's important how we do it. We have to figure out what's important and then think about how we would do it, or because it's kind of a waste to think of how we're going to distribute NFTs if we don't even think it's a priority. So what I see here is people are neutral / positive for doing impact quests. We would like to offer swag in some form, whether we're customizing old swag or building new swag. I haven't heard much support for building new swag. It is expensive. And we would like to onboard donors and projects. Did I miss anything there?
Talks.
Did you mention fundraising?
We did mention fundraising. I wonder if we're going to have fundraisers there.
Yeah, but I mean, fundraising, I think fundraising both for Giveth, but also for just like our QF. QF fundraising is important to me.
Okay. But do people who do fundraising? I don't do fundraising.
You can do it all, Mitch.
Justina lives in Barcelona, so she'll be there doing praise fundraising. Jake, not so sure because of paternity leave. Yes, also not sure. Suga's getting involved in fundraising, but I'm not sure if she'll come down either. And I'm PMing it, so I'm also not sure if I'm coming down. Who else?
Actually, Kotabe.
Kotabe.
Because he mentioned that he mentioned that he might be coming, but I guess it's Mexico, right? It's a long flight. It doesn't make much sense.
Yeah. So if we think fundraising is a priority, then I hope people that are good at fundraising will be there, Okay.
Zepti will also be there, and he's doing fundraising too. So,
okay.
All right, I assume he'll be there just because he lives in Barcelona. But
yeah, he's going to be here.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a lot of different things in this list here. Anything else to add for goals for ETH Barcelona? I'm probably just going to go through this and pick the things out. Okay.
Well, I'll just advocate one more time for the feedback. I just pasted the whole summary of the feedback of the personal goals and organizational goals that we have came to during our last feedback session. So get inspired, remind yourselves what you wish to see get improved. I know we were talking a lot about creating a clear comms plan and activities, about documenting the whole thing and stuff like that. So I feel like as long as we can assign leaders to different activities and let it kind of unfold, we can get a good organization coordination around these things.
Sure. Oh, that's the wrong one there. Yeah, sorry, I put that in. Oh, where am I now? Where is this? ETH Barcelona meeting notes. There we go. Yeah, I guess that's the other thing that I heard from Lauren and some others is a big goal will be scheduling time for team bonding. Which I think, if I remember, I was reading that feedback, Nico, that people wanted to have a powwow before the event. So like a scheduled gathering before the event to like sync on the goals and have some IRL time. And then there was a post day one meeting as well.
Yeah. Keep checking on if we need to realign or But also if we are not going this big around this conference, maybe we can just go a little low key with this whole idea.
I think having an alignment, you talk about like day one or the day before, making sure that we have time to get together properly makes sense. And then also having like a recap afterwards makes sense. And then we talked about maybe doing like hangout activities and stuff. And I think that would be really nice to do, like not during the days of the conference, which I mean, of course, we're all going to see each other and hang out and be at the booth. But it's just, so far what I've seen is there's just like a lot going on. So maybe it would be nice to schedule, like a bonding thing, maybe the day after the conference ends, or just as an idea, because at least then the conference is over and we can all like decompress together, which is kind of cool. Just an idea.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that's another big priority that I've heard from people.
Yeah, and it would be nice to have at least like one, maybe after the first day of the conference, to kind of like recap after that first day to see like if we need to change anything. Like before we didn't have internet, so we kind of needed to change our strategy, or maybe something's going to come up and we'll have to approach things differently. It wouldn't have to be anything big, but maybe just like something small to make sure that our goals are still what we plan.
Yeah, that's great. I got it here from reading the notes from ETH Denver. Okay, I think these are a lot of different goals, and we're probably going to pick, maybe 4. I don't know. Seems like a lot, but we'll see. I'll do my best to try and go through these notes. So this next question maybe is less relevant, but maybe just synthesizing. The question here is, what activities do we want to facilitate? And so I think from what I heard, it was like impact quests, talks, team bonding time, like activities, swag, customization. Those are kind of like the more concrete activities. I'm thinking Impact Quest kind of envelops like onboarding donors and projects, unless we decide to go a totally different route with it. But I think we can do all those things through Impact Quests. Anything else that we want to facilitate? Lauren's like
fundraising somehow, like I don't think we should just put it as like one of these activities. But even though it's not necessarily let's host a group circle where we fundraise, but like maybe they could be part of Impact Quests or something, or everyone at our booth is like, hey, if you meet anybody who has any opportunities to like funnel funds into our QF matching pool, hook us up,
Yeah, I mean, that might even be an Impact Quest, supporting the Giveth QF matching pool. I don't know. Okay.
I'm curious, like, how do we know of any significant partners that are going to be there that have things going on that we can like team up with? I mean, is Shapeshift also going to have a booth? You know, maybe if we did like a beach event together, it would be more effective than if we just did something by ourselves. And also then like starting to reach out for prizes and knowing like what side events are going on and what kind of prizes we can offer for Impact Quest.
We can ask, but on the ETH Barcelona website, they haven't published this year's sponsors list.
I mean, we can just ask.
Yeah. Ask Andy or menu. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Great. Okay. Anything else in this activities that we, this doesn't need to be a long list, but let's get everything here. Activities that we want to facilitate.
I really like what we did last year, just offering people one die to learn to donate on Giveth. I don't know, that seemed to be pretty successful, so I don't know why we wouldn't maybe go down that road again. So I would add that to the list.
At least on networks that have the MetaMask have it in the list, in the default list. For Notice, we had lots of problems last year. Well, but right now, we have Polygon, so we can give tokens to people in Polygon.
Maybe it can be part of the Impact Quest.
I don't know. I don't feel strongly about this, giving people money and then telling them to donate it back. But I'm down to be outvoted.
Maybe we can also, maybe something smart would be to choose some of the Giveth priorities, maybe like the referral program or the ambassador program.
The programs, you mean?
Well, yeah, like the programs or things that we want to promote. So we create strategies around those things that might be strategic for us. Like, I think the referral program, for example, would be great to do something around it during the conference, as well with the ambassador program. I think would be great to promote it there. So maybe choose some of the things that we would like to work with.
Okay. Is there going to be a mural, Alman?
Yeah, of course. I'm working on that.
Okay, I'm just going to put it there and we'll see how the first one goes.
It's going to go great, of course.
Okay, cool. Great. We'll leave it there. People are free to leave in some more comments. The next thing I have on here is budget. I'm looking kind of like ETH Barcelona last year. We spent a stupid amount of money, mostly reimbursing people. I think that was like the major cost, like flight reimbursements. So we spent, well, let's look at it this way. We spent $15K on ETH Barcelona. ETH Denver, sorry, my bad. For swag, lodging. We didn't pay for a booth, which was a big bonus. We've already spent 11K. I think it was closer to 12. I think it was 11K on sponsorship. Does anybody have like a ballpark? Like, what can we afford? My gut says probably 20K, I think, is what we can spend on this. But I'm curious.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would depend on what we're going to do for swag. If we're going to go really cheap with swag or not, I think like that should be the next top priority since we're not paying for lodging. And I think we've already kind of decided we're not doing reimbursements for this one. So it's like, what are we going to do for swag and what do we have room for? Are we going to be hosting any events or things like that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At ETH Denver, we spent 5K on swag and like stickers and stuff like that. I think stickers are like kind of worth our while, but we probably have a bunch. I mean, but honestly, if we get small stickers, they're pretty cheap and we can get tons of them. And then if we have too many, we leave them at Barcelona house and it's like nice, you know? But I think that getting creative maybe with our swag, personally, I would love to be creative with our swag so we're not creating so much swag waste in the crypto universe and then can kind of like set an example with that. So maybe we could like, create make patches or something like that and keep it inexpensive and then just do something like really fun and like innovative with it. But we can so what are the things that could potentially be chewing out of this budget? There's the sponsorship, obviously, then there's the swag, and then there's like this potential party thing, and then like what else could we possibly be spending money on? And then let's kind of figure out like which ones we want to cut from scope.
Party sponsorships. You said swag sponsorship, party sponsorship, like this booth sponsorship. There was if we want to do any team bonding.
I think like dinners, maybe like
dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, dinners, and I don't know if we end up giving people money to donate and there's 3,000 people there or more, that donate. That's like 3K right there.
Yeah, I doubt we'll spend that much, but
did we spend that last year? Okay, so I thought we onboarded 100 donors. That was the metric we had from last year. So how do we spend $1,000 on that?
I don't think that I think more people donated than that. We had more than 100 pieces of swag and we gave them away for people who donated.
I mean, I remember us saying 100 for sure. But
I don't know where that number came from.
Okay.
The money gets back to the Giveth project.
They were donating to any project. They weren't donating to Giveth, so didn't.
I'd envision them donating to local projects. That would make create local impact that way. But
maybe we can figure out some better numbers. I don't know. Maybe I can research and figure out how we can go back. I'll ask Griff. I think he was the one that just put out the money for it and sent us all the XDAI. So I'll ask and see if I can find some better metrics. But yeah.
Okay, let's get back to it. I like Lauren's question. So thinking about this a bit more logically, what else do we think we're going to spend money on here? Swag, booth, party sponsorship, maybe team bonding. If we give any money away for onboarding donors. There's no flight reimbursement. Hopefully there will be no lodging costs.
Can't think of anything else. Transportation. Wow.
What are we transporting?
Stuff to the booth, back.
Yeah, okay. I can see.
Okay, maybe some taxi cost.
Okay, that's a good point.
And do we need any stuff for the booth itself? Banners, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're cheap to do in Mexico. We spent $20-$25 for a 4-foot banner.
Sure, executions. I don't know.
Just asking
Okay.
a question. Why would flight reimbursements not be considered in a 20K budget?
Because there's probably, I think the rationale was like, that a lot of people are coming from overseas, or like there's just no room for it, you know. And I'm not saying our budget is going to be 20K. I'm just throwing like a ballpark number out there.
And the other thing was that we're, making ETH Barcelona small, because Dev Connect in Istanbul is going to be like an opportunity for everybody to join, and that's where we're going to like reserve our budget for. So ETH Barcelona is like whoever wants to get there on their own should come, and like the Giveth house is free lodging, and then let's try to do the best we can with that like limitation. So,
But with expectations to work the booth and to promote Giveth at the event.
I mean, you're getting your salary for the hours, I guess, that you're spending there. Your like hours that you would be normally on the computer working, you're spending at the booth instead.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
And can we stay in the Giveth house, or the Giveth house is going to be full that time?
I have blocked every room in the Giveth house for Giveth at the moment. I already have people from the Giveth Galaxy, from Trusted Seed, from Common Stacks, like asking if they can stay here over that period. And yeah, like I don't know, like I have blocked everything. So we have 19 places. Like that's what we did last year, which is like the number, like the top number, which is like comfortable for people, right? Like if you go over, like more people can stay, but I don't know if more than 19 people is like comfortable. Like kind of like becomes a gypsy camp, but it's a possibility if you want to be like there's only like 3 bathrooms. So yeah.
So how many of us are actually confirmed? It's a good question. Lauren, Ashley, Nicola, Franco, Mitch.
I'll see if I can get these flights cheap.
Oh, you should better buy it now.
I'm watching them. It's insane. I'm going to be in Canada and it's insanely expensive. It's going to be like $2,000 something. So I have to think of that. Yeah, that's Seattle.
Well, maybe it'd be worth taking like a pit stop. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can like fly from one place and I don't know. Just a thought.
Trust me. Lauren knows Canada's just a horrible place to fly in and out of or around of. So
Maybe I can share some tips with you.
Sure, I'll take them. But I'm on a bazillion different websites tracking prices. But anyway, I'll figure it out. Okay. That's great. So some things to think about for the budget. It sounds like the swag costs are going to be small. And I guess the last, well, maybe something related to the budget will be this question here. Would be Jake was contacted by endowments. I'm currently in an email thread with them. They want to get some partners together and would like to have a party or a gathering. And they're asking Giveth to pitch in some money, something to the tune of about 2,000, might be more, to co-host this party with them. And so I haven't answered anything yet. So this could be something we would need to consider as well. And I'm wondering what people think about it. Griff suggested making a project to gather money for it. Should consider the optics of that, but I'm open to anything else. Everyone's kind of
Yeah, what is this party about? What is it for? What is that? What's the benefit of us participating in it? Is there any impact that we can make?
Well, I don't think they have any impact. They just said they want to have a party, venue, food, beverage, photography, promo the event, schmooze. Partners will have branding on assets, merch, and we'll have a place to address attendees. I don't think this thing is fully developed, to be honest. But they want to make sure that they have money before they do it. So it may be if we did sponsor it, like, what do we get out of it, you know? How does it align with our goals?
Maybe for the impact quests? As a prize?
As a prize.
I don't know. But it seems like kind of, I'm questioning this because looking at the budget and we're trying to cut everything down and it has already cost 11K and yeah, it's kind of like, in my mind.
Okay. Not a very warm reception. Does anybody else have anything to say?
I'm on the same page as Nicola. I don't know about a party.
I've been to a lot of sponsored parties. I don't know what that generates, to be honest. Unless it really aligns with like your brand. For Lens Protocol, it makes sense. Their social network. I don't really see what that generates.
What benefit it generates for the org?
Yeah, I mean, a party that's like super, I don't know if it's like a regen event with like aligned partners that, you know, could result in a lot of people getting exposure to Giveth that are likely to donate. That's really cool. Or something else. But if it's like just a party, which means our logo is on the advertisement, I think people at conferences just like go to things and they're like, yeah, cool. And then like, that's it. I'm not sure that results in any kind of ROI.
One thing we tried to do at the pizza party and we failed was just what you're saying, like using it as like a fundraising opportunity. So we had that like pizza pay it forward where like people got free pizza, but they could also donate funds to buy more pizza for the homeless in the area. I don't know if that worked out just from the nature of the poor organization on the side of Pizza DAO, but it was an idea that we tried to use.
Yeah, it's, you could have a party where it's like to enter, it does cost, but like a small amount, and, that cost gets submitted as a donation, or they have to donate on Giveth to get access to the party. It's like, I don't know, like mechanisms like that, but yeah, I don't know. Up here, you can do things with events. I also wanted to say before, we should maybe consider a side event in some sense that aligns with our onboarding goal or fundraising goal or whatever it is, and I think people are willing to give a small amount to get access to something really cool on the inside. So that's kind of like a way to go, maybe. I don't know.
That's cool. Yeah, I think it would be a lot for us to produce an event. But if we could piggyback off of someone else and try and insert our goals in there somehow, see if they're down.
Maybe we could do a similar exercise around the swag. It was really nice to hear everybody's ideas about why they thought this kind of like maybe wasn't impactful or their impression on it. Like, Maybe we can get like a temperature check also on like, do you think swag is impactful? What kinds of swag is impactful? What's important around there, so that we could also kind of like make a budget for that? I liked this, and it sounds like we shouldn't do the party. I want to get these brains on there too for that.
Okay.
I really like the idea of not doing swag. It's it's really wasteful. It's expensive, and it doesn't really create any brand loyalty, in my opinion. It's just people become hoarders at conferences. So
I think it'd be fun to do something really innovative, and if we did like buy any swag, maybe it's in conjunction, like the tie-dye event or something. We don't have to do something the same, but it's like you only got the swag by coming to this event and participating, I don't know. It doesn't have to be around an event, but maybe something like this, or doing something that's just like more innovative than just giving away swag at our booth, for sure.
I'd like to throw out an idea that might be kind of cool, doing digital swag on Optimism. So Giveth, I don't know, jumpsuit that's like animated and is an NFT that you can claim by coming over and either donating or just showing up that you're like signed up to the account, to the platform. And it's just an NFT. It's us making use of Optimism, which is really good for the next retro PGF. And then also just eliminating the need for physical goods.
That's a really fun and cute idea. Let's do everything we can on Optimism. So something coming out of the fundraising call, they're giving away even more money with retroactive public goods funding. So that's a really nice idea. I also think it's worthwhile like kind of exploring just like what we could do to create like conscious awareness around the wastefulness of swag and like still have something engaging at our booth. And like maybe it could even be like partnering with other sponsors who are going and then like kind of like getting them on the like let's not all print swag thing, and then but instead we all just like create like one little collaborative thing that's like a regen patch that like has a bunch of different orgs on it that like that we iron onto things. I think this is like, I talked about it with Roger a while ago, and yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people in the region space feel that swag is bad and wasteful.
Yeah, patches could be nice. We give away patches that you put on your own swag.
Yeah, and I can cut anybody else's clothes. I mean, I don't care what I'm cutting. If they want to customize it.
Okay. Does anybody think... Sorry, there's like a zillion ambulances going by. I don't know. Jesus, what's happening out there? So does anybody feel strongly about printing swag? Like, yes, we need it. Like, let's print some shirts. Let's do it. Or is everybody like, meh, or like, not really? So what I hear is nobody feels very strongly about building swag, in the traditional sense.
Stickers. I like stickers. We should take like inventory of how many stickers. Maybe Franco can check how many we have at the Giveth house and like see what our inventory is. But yeah, stickers.
Okay. So I just want to like get some of the high level things here so that we can think about them in smaller groups, perhaps.
Also,
so what I hear is that
people jumping in here for the AMA in like 4 minutes. Okay,
that's great. Okay, so then what I think, at least maybe because Lauren puts a lot of thought into this, so what I hear is nobody thinks that we should go big on swag. We should go small. We should look at stickers, look at patches, look at offering ways people can customize swag they already have from previous conferences or their own clothes, whatever. So I want to leave it there, and then maybe we can move to ideation, within smaller groups rather than just blurting stuff out here. And I don't know if we have any time here, but there was this last question I wanted to think about, which was the pre-conference gathering, which was a big thing that I noted before. I don't think we can pick a day for it. but I'm wondering maybe if anyone has any ideas. Is it
like the idea?
Is it just a dinner? Is it Is it an unconference? Is it?
I think it's a really good opportunity to like bond as our team and even like set strategy and make sure that everybody feels welcomed and aligned. And that like a space for like asking questions with like the people who actually show up. I like having it like the day before, and we could keep the budget low by having something at the Giveth house, like ordering Glovo or you know, a couple of people like making a collective meal. And then we could also just be like, and put some responsible parties who kind of like even create like an agenda, or we do like some activities and games and stuff. Like the Giveth house is such a great opportunity, a great venue for this kind of thing.
So like more than just a dinner, maybe like a half day or a full day of just like we're doing this as a team.
Like 4 hours, something like this, at least.
Okay. Great. Well, I think we're out of time. So if we didn't get anything now, please put it in the agenda, and I'm going to go through this and try and pick the things apart. Any last minute things to say, anyone?
Do you want to do this every Wednesday? Can we have a different day?
Every week.
Different time?
Every week.
Is there a chance
What do you mean
to...
different time?
Yeah, just maybe...
I put up a poll for 10 days and 6 people responded.
Yeah, it's true. We usually have Twitter spaces during this time, so if people have to attend that, then they wouldn't be able to join this, or I don't know.
Okay, well, if I'm going to put up a doodle poll and schedule time, more than 6 people should respond, because now I'm going to have to reschedule this call again.
I can
this
do
is
it,
the
Mitch.
point, so.
I can do it, Mitch. Do you want me to help you with this? I can
Sure,
try.
let's reschedule this call. Someone else do it.
Okay. Yeah. No worries. We got this.
All right. Okay, well, looks like we're out of time. So I guess we'll wait and reschedule this for another time.
Thank you so much, Mitch, for hosting and creating the agenda and organizing it. You're a hero.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Bye, everyone.
Everybody,
Bye
I'm
now.
excited. It's gonna be lots of fun. I can't wait to go.
Bye bye.